Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. So today we are going to discuss about the Terraform basics. Okay, so if you are new on my channel, please go and watch my previous Terraform videos and then watch these videos. Okay, if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe. If you need any improvement into the my syllabus, please comment into the comment section. I will try to improve that. Let's begin. In the Terraform basics, why we use the Terraform? Terraform is used for infra automation. Okay, what is the infra automation? For example, you are working in any one project, so you wanted to deploy that application into the some environment. That environment called like dev environment or QA environment or UAT environment or production environment. These environments you wanted to create into the AWS. For example, if you wanted to create the dev environment, so you have to create the VPC. Just you can understand here for practicing the Terraform. Here I am going through the AWS. Okay, if you have some basic idea about the AWS, that is a better to understand what I am talking here, what I am discussing here. If you are not having also, please go through all videos, then only you can understand the what I am talking. Before I am automating anything, I will do manually, then I will automate that into the Terraform. Okay, don't worry if you are not understand here. Okay, for example, if you wanted to create the dev environment, so in the dev environment for networking, we are using the VPC in the AWS. Okay, we have to create the VPC, then we have to create the some virtual machines into the AWS, and then we have to deploy the application into that virtual machine. Okay, these three things again we wanted to do for the QA also. Not only three things, we have the so many things, but I am just mentioning here the three things. Okay, for understanding purpose. For UAT also we are doing the same thing for the UAT, and also we are doing the same thing in for the production, right? We are repeating all the things for the different environment. Okay, and for example, here multiple engineers are working to create the infrastructure. What happens, for example, I am working as a infra provisioning engineer. I am creating the infrastructure in the different way, and another person is creating the infrastructure in the different way. Okay, we have the some architecture. For example, I taken one architecture and we wanted to create the infrastructure based on this. Like for example, here it is mentioned, it has the created the VPC, it has created the some public subnet and private subnet, it has created the route table, it has created the internet gateway, then it has created the route table entries into the AWS. Okay, for example, we wanted to create this kind of infrastructure in the AWS for dev, for QA, for UAT, and for production. So this is the complicated work, right? For manually, every time we wanted to do manually, so it's very hard to maintain that. Instead of doing the manually, we will automate those tasks using the Terraform. So when we are automating these tasks, so we required some basic idea about that. Okay, for about the AWS, about the Terraform, then about the application also. Now, so how we can do that, we will see later, but first we will understand the concept, right? So if I am go and deleted the some part of the our infrastructure into the AWS, that is not recorded anywhere, right? So If we are maintain this code into the some repository and we uh, spin up that infrastructure from some CI/CD tool, so then it is recordable somewhere. Once someone has done the changes and this infrastructure has created. So that kind of records we can maintain using the any repository like GitHub, GitLab, or any other repository, whatever you wanted to use. Okay. Now, in this session, we will understand one basic resource creation and how we can do that manually and how we can do that using the Terraform for basic idea. Okay. Just now I wanted to create the one basic VPC resource. Okay. Just log in into your AWS account. Here you can search the VPC in the search box and click on the VPC. Now click on the your VPC. Here you can see one default VPC is present into the AWS. Please don't touch to the default VPC. Okay. Now I am creating the one more VPC. Just click on the create VPC. Here you can give the any name my VPC. I am giving the name as a my VPC. Here you can give the some CIDR. I am giving the CIDR is 192.168.0.0/16. This is the my CIDR. Then I am going with the default setting. What I had mentioning here, just I am mentioning here the name of the VPC, then CIDR range, right? These two things I'm mentioning in the while creating the VPC in the AWS. Just click on the create VPC. In this way, we can create the VPC manually. So now just click on your VPC. Here you can see our my VPC has created, right? So I wanted to create the VPC using the Terraform. So how we can do that? Okay. For that, we wanted to set up our Terraform. Okay. Now, just you can go anywhere and create one folder. For example, I'm creating the one folder inside the demo. This is the demo, right? I'm creating the one folder, demo-project. Inside that, I'm creating the one file. You can create the file with any name. For example, I'm creating the main.tf. Whenever you are creating the Terraform files, you can give the extension as a .tf. You can use any file name, but you can give the extension as the .tf. Okay. Now, whenever we are going to create the any infrastructure in the AWS, we need provider. AWS provider. So what is a provider? We will understand later. First, I will show you how we can create the some resources into the AWS using the Terraform. So that I am going to show you here. Just you can copy and paste it here. This is the required thing. So I will go through all the code in the later session, but I'm showing how we can create one VPC resource using the Terraform that I'm going to show you here. Okay. And inside the provider, we need the credentials. Means for communicate to the AWS, we need some credentials, right? Here, I'm going to use the access key and secret key. Here we have the multiple way to pass the access key credentials in the AWS that we will see in the further sessions. But now I'm passing here the access key and secret key. How we can get that access key and secret key? Just you can go to the our console, go to the IAM, click on the IAM, click on the user, create one user. I'm giving the username as a demo. Okay. Next. Next. That user has created. Now, here you can see our user has created. I'm creating the access key and secret key. Demo. Now, these keys are very important. Please don't show and don't push these keys into the any repository. This is the not a best practice, but I'm showing this because this is our first session. So just I wanted to show how we are going to create the infrastructure in the AWS using the Terraform. So going further, we will understand what is the best practices. Okay. Please don't push this into the any repository. If you push that, so other users can do anything in your account. Okay. After finish your practice, please remove your user. Okay. So here I have given the access key and secret key. Okay, let's see. Go to our folder, demo hyphen cd dash cd cd github action ls cd demo. Inside the demo I have the folder is the cd demo. Okay, now you can see here I have the main.tf. You go to your folder wherever your main.tf is there. Okay, just now here you can run the Terraform init. So it is initializing our environment. Here I am not giving the any permission to the our user, but we will see what will happen. Okay. So in this way you can initialize the Terraform. So just you can see our Terraform has initialized. Okay. I am not mentioned here any resource. Just I have given the provider. So we will understand what is the provider and what is the Terraform block. Okay. Now I wanted to create the VPC, right? So just you can go to the browser, AWS. You can search AWS VPC Terraform. So you will get the resource section. So click on that. So now you can see, just you can copy this one and paste it here. What we wanted to pass here, you can give the any name here. This is the logical name. my VPC, and here I'm keeping the same CIDR range. Okay, I had given the 192.168. But if I create the same thing, so it will be conflict. So because of that, I'm giving this different CIDR. Okay, now just you can run the Terraform. Terraform plan. So now you can see here it is giving the 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Means we are going to add the one resource here. What is the resource name? That is the resource name is the VPC. Here you can see plus plus means that we are going to add. What we are going to add? VPC. So then you can run the Terraform apply. Press yes. So in this way, we are going to create the environment. It has done the planning, but it is not able to create the VPC. Why? Create EC2 VPC operation error EC2 create VPC HTTP response error status code 403 authorized to perform this operation. This user is not having any, I'm not attached any policy to the my user, right? So go to the user, go to the permission section and add the permission. Attach the policy. Here you can attach anything. I am attaching the administrator, but you can attach the as minimal as permissions. Anyway, I am going to delete this user. Okay, after done your practice, please delete your user and don't push the access key and secret key in the any repository. Okay, so now you can run the Terraform plan. Now you can run the Terraform apply. Now you can see it has successfully run our code. Now you can go to the VPC. Okay, which region I had used? US East 1. So click on the region US East 1 means North Virginia. Go there. Now you can see our region, our VPC has created, right? So in this way, you can automate any infra creation using the Terraform. So with running the one single command, you can automate, you can create the any kind of environment. So now I wanted to destroy this one. So go to the our folder, demo pro, okay, Terraform, destroy. So in just you run the Terraform destroy, then your whole infrastructure is deleted. Okay. Now you can see your VPC is deleted. In this way, you can create any infrastructure and you can also destroy the infrastructure using the Terraform. So here we had understand the some resources. What are those? How we can create the VPC manually. Then we noted the steps. Then we search for resource with that resource name. Okay, for example, VPC. Then we fill the required parameters. Then we run the commands. Which commands we seen today? We seen today Terraform init for initializing the environment. Okay, then Terraform plan. It will show the plan what we are going to do into the our provider. Then we seen the Terraform apply. It will create the infrastructure in the specific provider. Then we seen the Terraform destroy. So these commands we seen how to run these commands in for creating the infrastructure and destroying the infrastructure. We will understand these all the commands and also what is the resource here we use, right? What is the Terraform block? What is the provider block? And what is the resource block? That we will understand in the next session. Okay, just today we understand the how we can create the infrastructure manually, how we can find out the specific resource, then how we can fill the parameters into that resource, and how we can execute some basic Terraform commands. Okay, just you can understand that, and you can understand how we can automate the infrastructure using the Terraform. That's it from my end today. Please, if you are not understand this session, please go 2 or 3 times, then you can understand. For practice the Terraform, you need the some idea about the AWS also. If you know the AWS, then you can easily understand what we are doing the using the Terraform. Okay, so that's it from my end today. If you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel. Thank you.